Cookies, soft drinks, and candy. They're all easily recognized sources of sugar. Parents try to make sure their kids don't end up with too much sugar in their systems. Doug Johnson explains why that's a good idea.
Parents know there's sugar in their children's diets. Things like cookies, sugary soft drinks, or other items made with refined or processed sugar. Processed sugar doesn't add nutritional value to food and can cause tooth decay and obesity. So parents have to be on the hunt for obvious sources of sugar.
Well, obviously we control it a little bit by what we buy when we go to the grocery store, but you know, when they're gone to daycare and at school and things like that, and it's hard to keep track if they've had a piece of candy here, you know, or a candy bar there, but you know, it's hard to know what to believe anymore because you hear so many horror stories on what's in the food and what's good and what's bad. So
it's a regular checkup for 5-year-old Cody Kowchak. While he and his 6-year-old sister Courtney are in the office, it's a good time for their doctor to talk to Dad about the sugar that's not easy to spot. Foods high in carbohydrates give the body energy, but they turn into sugar when the body starts to process that food.
So, you know, it's easier from a preventative standpoint for parents to know that sugar can be hidden in other things other than just sweets. Fruits, vegetables, anything that basically when your body breaks it down into carbohydrate or sugar, it's all considered a sugar.
How much sugar is too much? Chew on this fact. 200 years ago, the average American ate about 10 or 12 pounds of sugar a year. Now, between 120 and 140 pounds. Sweet. That's refined sugar and doesn't take into account other foods that turn into sugar in the body. So parents not only need to make sure their kids are not getting too much sugar, they also have to watch their kids' carbs. And it's not something parents can judge by trying to guess whether their kids are on a sugar high.
you know, I'm not sure if that's a myth or if that's a reality, but you know, they get a little crazy. They start running around, and I think if they eat too much of anything, they get that way because it's a lot of energy. You know, it's an energy boost, and they need some way to release it. So, and when you get two of them together like we have, it can be a little unnerving.
He's right. Taking in a lot of fuel, whether processed sugar or carbs, can cause a sudden boost in that energy and send kids flying. Whether it's a candy bar or a piece of fruit, the body doesn't discriminate. So, read labels to make sure diets are balanced. Kids need carbs, but those have to be balanced by proteins and fats. It may be tough to say no to a child's sweet tooth, but it's a good idea to cut back on the amount of refined sugar, both in cooking and baking, and in processed foods. For Smart Medicine, I'm Doug Johnson.